Hi, I'm PK Newbie. Welcome to The Nutrition Doctor is in the Kitchen, where science is sexy and healthy eating is spectacular. Today's great dish I'm going to be making up with you is a Moroccan red lentil soup. It's one of my favorites, and there are so many ways to get creative with it depending on what you have left in your fridge and, of course, the various flavors you want to bring in. Today I'm going to make pretty much an all orange soup, so it's really more of a red lentil and sweet potato soup. So I have one sweet potato, I have a carrot, I have what's left of a red pepper, and I have half an onion. It's the end of the week. This is what I have left, but actually these are ingredients I would otherwise use in this soup. And of course I have my red lentils. Lentils are a wonderful, wonderful bean because they cook really quickly. So no need to pre-soak, anything like that. This is actually one of the quickest soups you can make. And most of the time, you're not even doing anything other than waiting for the soup to come together, which takes about 20-25 minutes. So I'm gonna start getting my ingredients chopped. Then we're just gonna put everything else together. I'll show you the stock and a couple of the other ingredients, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna do my carrots in small pieces because this is a soup. I just finished chopping up my red pepper. Actually, I really do wish I had more, but next time it'll be fine. And I'm gonna go on to my sweet potato. Again, we want just small chunks. Do it however large you want, of course. I always keep skins on my vegetables because there's tons of nutrients and fiber in there. I just really don't see a reason to take it off. If you have issues with skins or you really don't like it, take it off. So one ingredient I did forget to mention before is garlic. Of course there's garlic in this soup. There's garlic in all of my soups. And if I was feeling particularly inclined, I would sometimes use ginger, but I don't have that today and don't really need it, so that's fine. You've seen me deal with garlic before. Easiest way, give it a smash. Comes so easily out of the skins, so that's what you want to do with that. The peel stick to your fingers, but nonetheless. I've cut up my onion, I've minced my garlic, I have a sweet potato, red pepper, and one large carrot, and they are ready to be added. I just was heating up some olive oil while I was chopping my vegetables, and just add all of these. And no doubt some are gonna fall on the side. You can add everything together, that's just fine. Because I'm going to be cooking this over medium heat. A little messy, that's okay. All right, so, could be worse. All right, so I'm gonna give this a stir. I have everything in here, and it's so pretty actually. So those orange colors. Another one of my crazy carotenoid soups. So I'm gonna actually add a little bit more olive oil here. That's our only fat going into the soup. Lentils are an incredible source of fiber, both soluble and insoluble. They actually have a similar profile to oats. So actually they help to stabilize your blood sugar. They're very filling. They're very low in calories. In about 1 cup of lentils, there's only 230 calories. They're also an amazing source of protein as well as iron. So if you choose not to eat animal products, then lentils are a great source. And now I'm gonna add in my spices. So this is where it becomes Moroccan. Now, ground cumin is the main spice. I'm gonna add in about a tablespoon. I'll adjust later as needed. I'm gonna add in a little bit of turmeric and a little bit of cinnamon. And lastly, some paprika. A little bit more than that, I think. I haven't salted these yet, so I do want to add in a little bit of salt. Now this is about a half teaspoon that I'm adding. Black pepper. Okay. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's that combination of cumin, cinnamon that makes it so delicious. So yeah, I'm just gonna let these hang out for 5 minutes or so. I'm not gonna make you watch that. And then I'm gonna add the stock, the lentils. We'll go from there. Okay, so this is great. I'm gonna bring this up to high. And now I'm gonna add in my lentils and my stock. So make sure you rinse your lentils, rice, whatever it is you're using. You gotta rinse them. This was 2 cups of lentils, red lentils. They're very small, they cook very quickly. Very tasty. And I'm going to just mix these in just for a minute, because remember, all of our spices were added to our vegetables, right? So I want that to be incorporated with the lentils. Yes, and I can definitely tell that I'm going to need more liquid than that stock. That's all I had left this week. But as I said, if you looked at other recipes, many of them don't even use stock, so it will be fine. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. We will see. Why don't you come over here and take a look at how it looks. So right now we just have everything in there. You see, it's just our ingredients with water, and you will get to see this incredible transformation from this soup of, liquid and vegetables and what have you, and these individual lentils. What happens is they break down into this thick, delicious soup. So I can't wait to show you. I'm going to show you halfway through when they're starting to break down, and then of course I'll show you at the end when we readjust to all of our seasonings. But you're going to see a soup miracle. Meet me back here in a couple minutes. Hello there. It's been about 15 minutes and I want to see how my soup is doing. So, this is pretty funny. Actually, check it out. So I mentioned how I would probably need more liquid, and it looks like that's going to be the case. Alrighty, so I've stirred this up. You saw what it looked like just a minute ago, and we can see that it's getting all thick and delicious. Look at that. So I'm going to do a couple of things right now that we're halfway through, because you'll see it will get even thicker actually. But the first thing I'm going to do is add tomato paste. Some recipes, sometimes I make it with chopped tomato, sometimes I use green pepper, sometimes I use ginger. I was mentioning it really varies by what I have in my mood. Tomato does add a richness and a thickness that you want. It helps to kind of bind everything and keep it together into a cohesive soup. So I recommend doing that if you don't use chopped tomatoes, and probably really even if you do. So it also actually makes the color even prettier. So I'm going to just stir this in, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to contemplate whether I want to add some more water or not. I probably will, because as you can see, it's it's pretty thick. So I'm probably going to add some more liquid. Hi again. So our soup is done. It took about 20-25 minutes for all the lentils to break down, and you can see what a big change from before, right? All of the lentils broke down, and so it looks like this rich, sort of creamy soup, this thick soup, and other than a little olive oil, nothing in there. So I think I mentioned before, there's only 230 calories in 1 cup of cooked lentils. And we started with 2 cups of cooked lentils, so there's a lot of liquid in here. And of course, I added my veggies. So I'm going to give this a taste, see how it is. It's so good. You have the really warm flavors of cinnamon and cumin. It's really, really soul warming, this particular soup. By the way, I added a little bit more tomato paste, so we got a little bit even richer color here. So this is actually really good to go. I don't even know if I would add anything else. We had in here the cumin, the cinnamon. You saw what I added. I'm going to actually add a touch more, because you see this is a really big vat. So I'm going to add a little bit more cinnamon and a little bit more cumin, and in part why I'm doing this is because I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Now, you don't need to, actually, so it really depends on how thick you like your soups. I like it thick, but not quite this thick. And it gets thicker as it sits in the refrigerator, so I'm anticipating that. This is looking so amazing. That extra little bit of liquid really made it perfect, I think. The color's perfect. I'm going to give it another taste since I added a little bit more seasoning.
Oh, perfect. So wonderful. Great soup. So ridiculously healthy for you. I can't even tell you. If you want, you can garnish this with a little bit of yogurt, chives, scallions, something like that. I might do that for the picture on my blog. But other than that, that is one gorgeous soup, and it is going to be perfect tomorrow when I return from my 23-miler. So I'm pretty excited for that. It'll be hard not to eat just right now. See you next time.